it's a story that I think touches on the simplicity of love. Just doing one little thing, one simple thing. And that little thing makes a huge difference in the final analysis. And it's about this young man. He woke up early in the morning. It had been a rainstorm the night before, and it was very misty outside, a bit foggy outside, and he lived by the ocean. So he goes down to the beach, and I see he went back for a walk early in the morning, and he saw this shadowy image far in front of him that looked like a figure of a human being, but it was very foggy. He wasn't quite sure. And he was walking towards this figure, and eventually he recognized that it was a man, an old man. And while he was walking, he noticed starfish everywhere that had been washed ashore by the rainstorm the night before. And interestingly enough, the old man was doing something that he considered to be very strange. The old man was picking up these starfish one at a time and throwing them back into the ocean. And there were thousands of them on the sand everywhere. So he went up to this old man. He says, "What are you doing?" And the old man smiled, like he thought it was obvious what he was doing. And the young man said to him, "Look at all these starfish. They're everywhere. There are thousands of them. And you're picking them one at a time to throw them back? You'll never be able to throw all of them back. Why are you wasting your time like this?" And the old man, of course, looked at him and smiled, that smile that comes from wisdom. And the old man reached down and picked up another starfish. And as he tossed it into the ocean, he says to that young man, "It sure made a difference to that one, didn't it, son?" And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Not saving the whole, every one of them that was out there. Just saving one. And it makes a huge difference to that starfish, to that young man, to that girl that you help, to that woman, to that hungry person, to that homeless person. It makes a huge difference to them. And with that, I'd like to read a quote that I've always enjoyed so much. And this quote is by a gentleman called Paul Twitchell. And he says that love is not a matter of belief. It is a matter of demonstration. It is not a question of authority, but one of perception and action. Therefore, if you desire love, try to realize that the only way to get love is by giving love. That the more you give, the more you get. And the only way in which you can give it is to fill yourself with it until you become a magnet of love. So when I was growing up in Africa, we didn't have these ongoing reassurances of love, all these pronouncements of love, like a parent will tell the son or daughter, "I love you," or to the husband and wife, they will tell each other, "I love you." Or people will say to each other, "I love you." "Yeah, I love you too. Goodbye, see you." We didn't have that. We relied on the demonstration of love. And when I came to the West, there was so much reassurances of love. And sometimes we get mixed messages because of these ongoing pronouncements of love and reassurances of love that people take it so lightly. And they say it so casually. And then they begin to behave in another way that does not reflect what they just said. And the mate is like, "Well, how can you do that? I thought you said you love me. How can you do that?" And that's when people have to really get back to the basics of love. That maybe 5% of love is the declaration of love to someone. But 95% of love is demonstration. Is the kindness that you show to people. Is the sacrifices that you make for for others. That is what love is really about. Not just saying it, but actually doing something to show love without ever even mentioning the word love. That's what it's all about.
Thank you for joining us today. Love does require demonstration, and I appreciate you illuminating that fact.
Thank you.
For more information on Dr. Zeal, visit www.drzeal.com.